Namaste. Ni hotan hotere shodane vidan asad beshwo di divam asadat sudakushoh adab taburata paramatil vasishitah adab taburata paramatil vasishitah sa saramam parah shuchijihvo agnih Tevam tu tasetevamu nah parasapa setevam pasya a purushapa pranuetan agane tokasya nasetane tanu nama maprayut chanandi diade bodhiti tanu nama mapra Nanu nama prayut chanandi diadu bodhiti kopah Bitema de parame janamana nagune Bitema sutomai ravare sutavate satasate sorry sutomai ravare satasate yasuma dia Yasma dio ne ruda rita Yasma dio ne ruda rita Yajetam pratave Havim shvi juhure samidute Agune yajaseva abishwa yaji yan churushatui Deshinamapi Gurunuihi Ratah Devam Hyasi Rayipati Rayinam Devam Shukrasya Vajaso Manotan Upayam Te Na Kushuyate Vayavyam Dive Jayamanasya Dasama Guruti Kushumanantam Jarita Ramagune Kuruti Patim Sivapatiasya Rayah Mashloka Sainani Kena Suvidatro. Okay, I just got a message from Sanskrit that it's not respectful unless it's needed to say anything else other than Sanskrit while reciting Sanskrit. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's the first time for everything. I didn't know that until now. Namaste from now on. I'll try to respect it until it becomes my habit. Namaste, so please help me. And I'll do this in the name of King Yahusha. Amen. Namaste. Sainani kena suvidaturo asume yushita devam Yajishitah Sevasati Adabuto Kopan Uta Nah Parasapa Agune Diumaduta Levaduditihi Devam. Okay, yeah. Namaste. Yeah. So from now on, I'm not gonna say anything in between unless I'm so frustrated with the word that I'm just uttering things just to ease myself. That's what I'll do from now. I apologize. Namaste. I'm learning. So you gotta start somewhere. When you have an empty something, to fill it up first. I don't know. Hymn 9. Accustomed to the herald's place, the herald hath seated him bright, splendid, passing mighty, whose foresight keeps the law from violation, excellent, pure-tongued, bringing thousands, Agni. Envoy art thou, protector from the foeman. Strong God, thou leadest us to higher blessings. Refulgent, be an ever heedful keeper, Agni, for us and for our seed and offspring. May we adore thee in thy loftiest birthplace, and with our praises in thy lower station. The place whence thou hast issued forth thy worship, to thee well kindled have they paid oblations. Agni, best priest, pay worship with oblation. Quickly command the gift to be presented, for thou art the Lord of gathered the wealth and treasure. Of the bright song of praise thou art the inventor. The twofold opulence, O wonder worker, of thee newborn each day never decreases. Enrich with food the man who lost thee, Agni. Make him the Lord of wealth with noble offspring. May he, benevolent with this fair aspect, best sacrificer, bring the gods to bless us. Sure guardian, our protector from the foeman, shine, Agni, with thine affluence and splendor. Okay. Switching scenes. That'll be like my break. Meanwhile, I'll prepare for my next session. I should have done. I don't know. That's the thing. I already switched. I could go back. I'll go back. Bear with me. Switch. Changing chapter 10. That'll be tomorrow. And that's it. Do I need a page number? Oh yeah, here. Does it have a page number? No, it doesn't have a page number. It doesn't matter. Okay. So now I'm changing scenes. Next up is Upanishads. Upanishads will help you act well in this world while you try to understand the concept behind your action. At least you'll know how to act while you're trying to get the concept. That's what Upanishads are designed for. I mean, I think it's a book designed for like actors. If you're an actor, you should definitely read the Upanishads in Sanskrit at least once. Because it'll teach you like everything, when to breathe, when to make your heart beat in such a way, Sorry, maybe not that, but something maybe a 16th part of that. Okay, so I'm looking at Veda. I just did. Ramayana, I'm not gonna do. Aitareya. That's today. Today's Upanishads is named Aitareya. And that's my break. Page 12. I don't think it's page 12. I will not have to find it. Maybe I'll just find it here. Found it. Thank you, God. I apologize. I'm gonna read the English translation later, and I also apologize for the fact that I'll try to include the translation in as much in the window as possible, so you guys could still read it. But if Sanskrit, the visibility of Sanskrit will override the visibility of translation, is what I'm trying to tell you, and I apologize. But this is the best I could do. I don't have anyone working for me, A lot of people are against me. Nobody's for me. Some people are for me. I understand, but they're behind the shadows. Do they still count? They count behind the shadows. Okay, whatever. Thank you very much for those people behind the shadows. Namaste. Otherwise, I'll be a frog. Have you seen those fried frogs at Nathan's in Coney Island? Sorry, I came really close to eating one once when I wasn't a vegetarian. This was like, oh, this still makes me quiver. Oh, they said it tastes like chicken. I doubt it though. I looked at it, looked like a tiny human leg to me. Anyway, I've been a vegetarian for almost 9 years. Almost 9 years. 9 years in the following March 1st, I believe. Okay, there we go. Namaste. So the title is, good thing I didn't start because the title didn't match. Aitare Upanishad. That's in Sanskrit. Namaste. This is Baphomet version. Which Baphomet? What's his version? What's Baphomet? His version is as closely mimicking the Aryan, the original pronunciation as much as he can in this modern environment. That's called a Baphomet version. It's going against the grain, basically. Atma ba idameka evagra asit nanyat kimchana nanyat kimchana mishat sa I kushota bokanenu surujan iti sa imamuru lokana surujata amumpo marichi marana marama marichi marama podo mumpaha. Okay. marichi marama podo mumpaha parena divam diauha pratishitanen tarikusham pratishitanen tarikusham marichayaha purtivi maro ya atasatat da apaha. So yeah, see, the cut is almost cut off. So I can't do anything about it. I gotta read the Sanskrit. But I'm gonna read the translation right afterwards. So hang in there, I guess. So ikushateme nu lokapala nu surja iti sodupia eva purushom samodo turtia mul chayat samodo turtia mul chayat. Whoa, that's really long. Fine. Dama piatapat dasya pitapatasya sukham nirapidyata yatanandama mukhad bag bachoganil nasike nirapidyatam nasika pyam pranoh pranodvayurakushuinui pranodvayurakushuinui nirapedyatam akushuipyam jagushusha aditya kalno sorry nirapidyatam galnopyam shrotradu dishasat vangang shrotradu dishat vangang nirapidyata. Is that supposed to be one? I'm gonna say two versions of this for those who could. I'll just put it there. Shrotradu dishat vangang nirapidyata. Shrotra dishat vangang nirapidyata. So that's the first version. That's not so that's what I've done. I put two words into one because they look like they belong together. But now I'll say what is written there. Shrotradu dishat vangang nirapidyata. Yeah, I like the first one. Tvacho lomani lomapya oshativana sipatayo oshativana sipatayo hrodayam nirapidyata hrodayan mano manasashichanandrama. 나필 니라 피디았다 나피야 아빠 노파 나는 모로띠우허 시시남 니라 피디았다 시시나 드레또 시시나 드레또 따따사 아빠허. No, it's chapter 2. I want to see how long this whole thing is. Sometimes I get intimidated because they're so long. Like, this is kind of long. Yeah, I don't know. It could take me an hour. Yeah, about an hour. Oof. Oh, lots of changes coming. I could feel it. It's just the heaviness of Upanishads. Upanishad is really heavy. Upanishads are really, really heavy. Heavier at least than others. Wow. Only Sanskrit. They're heavy. Etan devatan he sirishto asemina mahati al nove prapatana tamashana ya pipasa pya manambaba al jatta ta enama buru banana yatanam enama buru banana yatanam nah prajani hi yasemina pratishitvitan Ananamada meti. Ta pyo kama nayat ta aburuvanana vai noyamala miti. Ta pyo shivama nayat ta aburuvanana vai noyamala miti. Ta pyaha purushama nayat ta aburuvanan sukurotam bateti purusho baba sukurotam ta aburavidyata yatanam pravishatati. See, I can't include the English translation, but hang in there because I'm going to read the translation right after I'm done with the Sanskrit. And Sanskrit tells me that I should not utter any other thing other than Sanskrit while reciting Sanskrit, which I am going against it right now by uttering things. So I'm not going to talk about anything else from now on. I'm sorry again. Namaste. Agne Vaga Bhutva Agne Vaga Bhutva Mukham Pravishad Vayuha Prano Bhutva Nasike Pravishada Dityashe Chakushul Bhutva Kushvinui Pravishad Dishaha Shrotram Bhutva Kalno Pravishanan no shati vasnas patayo. Pravishanan no shati. Pravishanan no shati. Pravishanan no shati. Pravishanan no shati vanas patayo. Lomani putva tvacham pravishamshivanan. Pravishamshivanan drama. Pravishamshichanan drama mano putva hridayam pravishanam murutiyu rapano putva napim pravishadapo reto putva shishinam pravishana. Tamashana ya pipase aburutama va pyama piprajani hiti te aburavideta sveva bam devata suva pajamyeta su Paginiao Karomiti Tasmadiasiai Kasyai Ja Devatayai Habilguru Hyate Paginya Bevasya Mashanaya Pipase Paginya Bevasya Mashanaya Pipase Pavatahu Sa Ikushoteme Nu Lokashicha Lokapala Shicha Name Pyahu Surja Iti Sopo Pyata Pat Da Pyo Pitat Putta Da Pyo Pita Putta Pyo Mutiraja Yata Ya Bai Sa Mutiraja Yata Nam Bai Tat Tade Nat Surashatam Parangan Tiaji Kam Sat Parangan Tiaji Kam Sat Tadva Chaji Kurkushat Tanana Shakunodva Cha Tanana Shakunodva Cha Grahitum Sa Yad Tainad Pacha Grahai Da Pya Vyahratia Pacha Grahai Da Pya Pacha Grahai Da Pya Vyahratia Vanchagra Haishuya Dabi Vanchagra Haishuya da Pivyan Hurtia Haivana na Matrapusyat Haivana na Matrapusyat Tata Pranwena Jikurkushat Tanana Shakunot Pranwena Grahitum Sa Yad Tainat Pranwena Grahaishuya da Pipranuya Pranwena Grahaishuya da Pipranuya Haivana Namatrapusyat Haivana Namatrapusyat Tata Chakushusha Jikurkushat Tanana Shakunot Chakushusha Grahitum Sa Yad Tainat Chakushusha Grahaishuya Yad Tainat Chakushusha Grahaishuya Drushatvan Haivana Namatrapusyat Tata Trotre no Jikurkushat Tata Trotre no Jikurushat Tata Trotre no Jikurkushat Tanana Shakunot Trotre no Tanana Shakunot from the beginning. Tata Trotre no Jikurushat Chikurkushat Tata Trotre no Jikurkushat Tanana Shakunot Trotre no Grahitum Sa Yad Tainat Trotre no Grahaishuya Trutvan Yad Tainat Trotre no Grahaishuya Trutvan Yad Tainat Trotre no Yad Tainat Trotre no Grahaishuya Trutvan Haivana Namatrapusyat Tata Vachanji Kurkushat Tanana Shakunot Vachan Tanana Shakunot Vachan Grahitum Sa Yad Tainat Vachan Grahaishuyat Yad Tainat Vachan Grahaishuyat Sapurashutvan Haivana Namatrapusyat Janamana Jikurkushwat Tanana Shakunona Manasa Grahitum Sa Yad Tainanan Mana Yad Tainanan Manasa Grahaishuyad Tyatvan HYPNOSIS 따뜻 치는 내 치시 따뜻 치시네 나지 그렇고 셨드 나는 나 샤크노트 치슈르노 시치는 치네 나 따뜻 치시네 나지 그렇고 셨드 나는 나 샤크노트 치시네 나 나는 나 샤크노트 나는 나 샤크노트 치시네 from the beginning. I'm gonna actually take a little break. Sorry, Sanskrit. I'm uttering another language. I just a language which cannot even be called a language. I don't know. It's really long. Wow. It'll take me 45 minutes from now. Not too bad. So I'm gonna do this for 1 to 2 hours, you know. I missed it. Where is it? That's the punishment. I lost my spot. Now I have to suffer. The suffering is too great. I'm giving up, man. That's it. Sorry, 1, 2, 4. Right here. 크로샷 따츠 추로 너지 크로크샷 따츠 추로 너지 크로크샷 나는 나 샤쿠 노츠 추로 너 나는 나 샤쿠 노츠 추로 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 너 그라 히툼 상 야드 타이나츠 추로 너 그라 하이슈어츠 추로 뜨봉에 야드 타이나츠 추로 너 야드 타이나츠 추로 너 그라 하이슈어츠 추로 뜨봉에 하이바는 나마트라푸시아트 따뜻바장지 크르크 따뜻바장지 크르크샷트 따뜻나 샤크노트 뜨바장 따뜻나 샤크노트 뜨바장 그라히 tum사 야드 타이나트 뜨바장 그라히에 하이슈요트 야드 타이나트 뜨바장 그라 하이시요트 one more 야드 타이나트 뜨바장 그라 하이시요트 스포르시트 봉에 하이바는 나마트라푸시아트. So that's where I left it off. I just read it twice. I just realized it. 자는 마나 사지 크르크샷트 나는 나 샤크노는 마나사 그라히 tum사 야드 타이나는 마나사 그라히야 슈여드 야드 타이나는 마나사 그라히야 야드 타이나는 마나사 그라히야 슈여드 티아트반 하이바는 나마트라푸시아트 따뜻 치시네나지 크르쿠쇼트 나는 나 샤크노츠 치시네나 나는 나 샤크노츠 치시. Whoa! I just opened the neural nerve pathway when I said shakuno. Something changed in the world. Something happened. That's the danger of Sanskrit. Is that it changes the reality. The reality has no choice but to follow the commands of Sanskrit. So if a nation needs to be overcome by another nation, that's what Sanskrit's gonna do for you. And the Sanskrit is always on the good side. Demons cannot stand Sanskrit. To demons, this is like really, this is their offer that they cannot refuse. Sanskrit. Sanskrit is the offer that the demons cannot refuse. just the way it is, folks. I could be as nerdy as I can, but as long as nerdy Godfather, nerdiest Godfather. Anyway. 따뜻치시네나 지 그르꾸셨드 따느나 샤꾸노트 치시네나 그라히툼 사 야드 타이나츠 치시네나드 야드 타이나츠 치시네나 그라히아시아드 쇼드 야드 타이나츠 치시네나 그라히오시오드 히아시아시오드 야드 타이나츠 치시네 치 야드 타이나츠 치시네나 그라 야드 타이나츠 치시네나 그라히아시오드 Vyusarojia Haivana Namatara Pusyat Tadapane Naji Krukushwat Tadapane Naji Krukushwat Tadavayat Saishonu Nasya Kraho Yadava Yuranana Yulva Eshu Yadava Yuhu 사 이구쇼타 까탐 은비담 마무로테 시아디티 사 이구쇼타 까타레노 파파디아 이티 사 이구쇼타 야디 바자 비비아 허르담 야디 브라노에나 비브라노이담 야디 자쿠슈슈어 들으셨담 야디 슈로트레너 슈루담 야디 드바짱 스퍼르셨담 야디 마나상 티아담 야디 아빠네나 피아빠니담 야디 시시네나 비스르셨담 아타 고하미티. I want to repeat parts of it again. 티아담 야디 아빠네나 피아빠니담 야디 시시네나 비스르셨담 아타 고하미티. 사 에타메바 시마남 비다이리아타야 비다리아이타야 비다리아이타야 드바라 브라바디아타 사이슈어 베드르틸나마 드바스타데타는 나는다나무 다시야 드라야 아바사타스트라야흐 아바사타스트라야흐 스바프나 아야마바사토. Oh, it's one word. They divided the snake into two snakes. 아야마바사토 야마바사타 이티 사자토 푸다니아 비비아의 키아트 기미하니암 바바디샤디티 사 에타메바 부루숑 브라흐마 따타마마 파시아트 이다마달 샤미티우 다스마디다는드로 나메다는드로 하와이 나마 담이다는드람 사는 담이는드라 이티야 자구쇼테 바로쿠슈에노 바로쿠셔프리야 이바히 데바흐 바로쿠셔프리야 이바히 데바흐 부르슈에 하와 아야마디토 갈포 바바티 야데따흐 따데따뜨 사이베피오 살베평은 피아스타자흐 삼푸타마트마니에 바트마남 니팔티 따디아던 스트리암 신짜티아이 타이나주자 나야티 신짜티아 타이나주자나야티 신짜티아 타이나주자나야티 다다시야 프라타맘 자누마 따트 스트리야 아트마 푸얌 가츠차티 야톤 스바망은감 따톤 다스마데남 나 hinasati. Sansiaitama tamana matra katam pavayati. San pavayitri pavayita pavayitavya pavati. Tam sutri galpam vipalti. Sogra eva kumaram janamanogra tipavayati. Sa yatu kumaram janamanogra tipavayati yatmanameva. Janamanogra tipavayati yatmanameva. Janamanogra tipavayati yatmanameva. Tad pavayatyeshvam lokanam samtatya evam samtata hime lokasetadasya tvitiyam janama. Sosyaya matma punuye pyaha kaima pyaha pratitiyate atasya yamitara Atma kurata kuratiyo vayogataha praiti. San itaha prayananeva punarjayate tadasya turatiyam janama. Tadukata murushwino kalpe nu sa는 나는 베슈 마베닷 마함 사는 나는 베슈 마베다 마함 대바남 자니마니 베슈바 샤탐마 보라 아야시라라고 저는 나타흐 시에노 자바사 니라디야미티 갈파 에바이타츠 차야노 에바이타츠 차야노 바마데바 에바무바짱 사 에밤 비드바나스 마츠 차리라 페다 눌트바 비드바나스 마츠 차리라 페다 눌트밤 우드크라미아 무슈미느 우드크라미아 무슈미느 스발게 록게 살바느 가마나 부트바누 무르타흐 가마나 부트바 무르타흐 사마파바트 고야마트 메티 바야무파 스마헤 까타라흐 사아트마 예나 바 바샤티 예나 바 쉐르노티 예나 바 가는타나 지크라티 예나 바 마짬 비아카로티 예나 바 스바두 자 비자나티. I want to say one parts of it just one more time. 가는타나 지크라티 예나 바 마짬 비아카로티 예나 바 스바두 자 비자나티. When I do that, I'm sacrificing the effectiveness over because I want accuracy more than the effectiveness. That's my OCD for you. Almost done. Yay! Yeah, just pushing through, man. Intellectual. This is what's known as intellectual sheer willpower. Just pushing through. It's like, you have to solve 30 Sudoku puzzles in 3 minutes, or else, you're gonna lose 10% of the earth. So that's kind of like what I'm doing. Except I have a little more time. 야데따드 트르다얌 마나시바따트 마나시바이 마나시짜이 sorry Manashitaitat. Samjinyanam, ajinyanam, vijinyanam, prajinyanam, meton. Dörshetul tröttil mattil manishwa. Dörshetul tröttil mattil manishwa. Jutiha. Samurtiha. Samkarepaha. Graturasuha. Kamo vasha iti. Salvanuya vaitani. Salvanuya vaitani. Prajnanasya namateyani pavananti. Esha Brahmaisha Inindra Esha Prajapatirete Salve Deva Imani Ja Pancha Mahaputani Prithvi Vayurakasha Mayurakasha Apo Jyotim Shitietani Mani Jyotim Shitietani Mani Ja Kushudra Mishranuiva Bijanita Bijanitaranui Jataranui Janundojani Ja Jarujani Ja Svedajani Jodapijani Ja Shiva Gavaha Purushwa Hasatano Yat Kimchedam Pranui Jangamam Ja Pratatri Ja Yajacha Sutavaram Saivam Tat Prajnanetram Prajnane Pratishtuitam Prajnanetro Lokaha Prajnane Pratishutva Prajnanam Brahma. Sa etena Prajnanat Manasama Loka Dutakramya Mushumina Svalge Loke Salvana Kamana I effed it up. Kamana Putva Murtaha Samapavat. That's it, folks. I want to, so that I finished it, I'm going to just repeat this until the end. I think I did it right, but I wanna internalize it. My body wants more of this particular verse, this whole thing. Esha Brahmaishu Inandra Esha Prajapatirate Salve Deva Imani Ja Pancha Mahaputani Prithvi Vayurakasha Apo Jyotim Shvitietani Mani Ja Kushudra Vishnanuiva Vijani Taranui Jataranui Janandojani Ja Jarujani Ja Svedajani Jodapijani Ja Shiva Gavaha Purushwa Hasatino Yatakimchedam Pranui Jangamam Ja Patatri Ja Yatucha Sutavaram Saivam Tat Prajnanetram Prajnane Pratushituitam Prajnanetro Lokaha Prajnane Pratishutva Prajnanam Brahma. Sa etena Prajnanat Manasama Prajnana Prajnanat Manasama Loka Dutakramya Dushimina Svalge Loke Salvana Kamana Putva Murtaha Samapavat Samapavat. That's it. Thank you very much. Now I'll read the translation. That fits. That's enough. Very purifying. The Aitareya Upanishad. In the beginning, the spirit chapter, I'm not going to say chapter 1 or 2, I'm just going to read the translation. I don't want to add anything on top of what I've read. That's my thing, is I don't want to add anything else. If I'm saying something in Sanskrit, I just want to translate it. which also means I should talk less. That's what God wants me to do, is He wants me to just showcase these things without me. Okay, I'll keep taking a little time. In the beginning, the Spirit was one, and all this was the Spirit. There was naught else that saw. The Spirit thought, Lo, I will make me worlds from out my being. These were the worlds He made. Amunpa of the ethereal waters, Marichi of light, Mara of death and mortal things, Appa of the lower waters. Beyond the shining firmament are the ethereal waters, and the firmament is their base and resting place. Space is the world of light. The earth is the world mortal, and below the earth are the lower waters. The Spirit thought, Lo, these are the worlds, and now will I make me guardians for my worlds. Therefore he gathered the Purusha out of the waters and gave him shape and substance. The Spirit brooded over him, and of him, thus brooded over the mouth, broke forth, as when an egg is hatched and breaketh. From the mouth break speech, and of speech fire was born. The nostrils break forth, and from the nostrils breath, and of breath air was born. The eyes break forth, and from the eyesight and of sight the sun was born. The ears break forth, and from the ears hearing, and of hearing the regions were born. The skin break forth, and from the skin hairs, and from the hairs herbs of healing, and all trees and plants were born. The heart break forth, and from the heart mind and of mind the moon was born. The navel break forth, and from the navel Apana, and of Apana death was born. The organ of pleasure break forth, and from the organ seed, and of seed the waters were born. These were the gods that He created. They fell into this great ocean, and hunger and thirst leapt upon them. Then they said to Him, Command unto us an habitation, that we may dwell secure, and eat of food. He brought unto them the cow, but they said, Verily it is not sufficient for us. He brought unto them the horse, but they said, Verily it is not enough for us. He brought unto them men, and they said, O well fashioned truly, man indeed is well and beautifully made. Then the Spirit said unto them, Enter ye in each according to his habitation. Fire became speech and entered into the mouth. Air became breath and entered into the nostrils. The sun became sight and entered into the eyes. The quarters became hearing and entered into the ears. Herbs of healing and the plants and trees became hairs and entered into the skin. The moon became mind and entered into the heart. Death became apana, the lower breathing, and entered into the navel. The waters became seed and entered into the organ. Then hunger and thirst said unto the Spirit, Unto us too command an habitation. But He said unto them, Even among these gods do I apportion you. Lo, I have made you sharers in their Godhead. Therefore to whatever god the oblation is offered, hunger and thirst surely have their share in the offering. The Spirit thought, These verily are my worlds and their guardians, and now will I make me food for these. The Spirit brooded in might upon the waters, and from the waters brooded mightily over form was born. Lo, all this that was born as form is no other than food. Food being created fled back from His grasp. By speech He would have seized it, but He could not seize it by speech. Had He seized it by speech, then would a man be satisfied by merely speaking food? By the breath He would have seized it, but He could not seize it by the breath. Had He seized it by the breath, then would a man be satisfied by merely breathing food? By the eye He would have seized it, but He could not seize it by the eye. Had He seized it by the eye, then would a man be satisfied by merely seeing food? By the ear He would have seized it, but He could not seize it by the ear. Had He seized it by the ear, then would a man be satisfied by merely hearing food? By the skin He would have seized it, but he could not seize it by the skin. Had He seized it by the skin, then would a man be satisfied by merely touching food? By the mind, he would have seized it, but he could not seize it by the mind. Had he seized it by the mind, then would a man be satisfied by merely thinking food? By the organ, he would have seized it, but he could not seize it by the organ. Had he seized it by the organ, then would a man be satisfied by merely emitting food? By the apana, he would have seized it, and it was seized. Lo, this is the seizer of food, which is also breath of the life. And therefore all that is breath hath its life in food. The spirit thought, without me, how should all this be? And he thought, by what way shall I enter in? He thought also, if utterance is by speech, if breathing is by the breath, if sight is by the eye, if hearing is by the ear, if thought is by the mind, if the lower workings are by apana, if emission is by the organ, who then am I? It was this bound that he cleft. It was by this door that he entered in. 'Tis this that is called the gate of the cleaving. This is the door of his coming, and here is the place of his delight. He hath 3 mansions in his city, 3 dreams wherein he dwelleth, and of each in turn he saith, Lo, this is my habitation, and this is my habitation, and this is my habitation. Now when he was born, he thought and spoke only of nature and her creations. In this world of matter, of what else should he speak or reason? Thereafter he beheld that being who is the Brahman in the last essence. He said, Ye, this is he. Verily, I have beheld him. Therefore is he Idanandara, for Idanandara is the true name of him. But though he is Idanandara, they call him Inandara, because of the veil of the unrevelation. For the gods love the veil of the unrevelation. Ye, verily, the gods love the unrevelation. In the male, first the unborn child becometh. This which is seed is the force and heat of him that from all parts of the creature joyeth together for becoming. Therefore he beareth himself in himself, and when he casteth it into the woman, 'tis himself he begetteth. And this is the first birth of the spirit. It becometh oneself with the woman, therefore it doeth her no hurt, and she cherisheth the self of her husband that hath got into her womb. She, the cherisher, must be cherished. So the woman beareth the unborn child, and the man cherisheth the boy even from the beginning ere it is born. And whereas he cherisheth the boy ere it is born, 'tis verily himself that he cherisheth, for the continuance of these worlds and their peoples. For 'tis even thus the thread of these worlds spinneth or unbroken. And this is the second birth of the spirit. Lo, this is the spirit and self of him, and he maketh it his vice-regent for the works of righteousness. Now this his other self, when it hath done the works it came to do, and hath reached its age, lo, it goeth hence, and even as it departeth, it is born again. And this is the third birth of the spirit. Therefore, it was said by the sage Vamadeva, I, Vamadeva, being yet in the womb, knew all the births of these gods and their causes. In 100 cities of iron, they held me down and kept me. I broke through them all with might and violence. Like a hawk, I soared up into my heavens. While yet he lay in the womb, thus said Vamadeva. And because he knew this, therefore, when the strings of the body were snapped asunder, though he soared forth into yonder world of paradise, and there, having possessed all desires, put death behind him. He put death behind him. Who is this spirit, that we may adore him? And which of all these is the spirit? By whom one seeth, or by whom one heareth, or by whom one smelleth all kinds of perfume, or by whom one uttereth clearness of speech, or by whom one knoweth the sweet and bitter. This which is the heart is mind also, concept and will, and analysis and wisdom, and intellect and vision, and continuity of purpose, and feeling and understanding, pain and memory, and volition and operation of thought, and vitality and desire and passion. All these, ye all, are but names of the eternal wisdom. This creating Brahma, this ruling Inandra, this Prajapati, father of his peoples, all these gods and these five elemental substances, even earth, air, ether, water, and the shining principles, and these great creatures and those small, and seas of either sort, and things egg-born and things sweat-born, and things born of the womb, and plants that sprout, and horses and cattle, and men and elephants. Ye, whatsoever thing here breatheth, and all that moveth, and everything that hath wings, and whatso moveth not. By wisdom all these are guided, and have their firm abiding in wisdom. For wisdom is the eye of the world. Wisdom is the sure foundation. Wisdom is Brahman eternal. By the strength of the wise and seeing, self, the sage, having soared up from this world, ascended into his other world of paradise, and there, having possessed the desire, put death behind him. He put death behind him. That's it. Thank you. So, 1 hour. That's not too bad. I want to do this for 1 to 2 hours. So what should I do? Let me switch. Let me see if I want to do. I want to do 1 or 2 more. One more thing for sure. So I'm gonna do something else. Probably Ramayana, because I did it yesterday. I'm kind of hooked on it now. I don't want to. I finished Yoga Sutra, so I don't want to start another one again. We have Mahabharata. We have Mahabharata. We have Upanishads. We also have Srimad Bhagavatam. You know, what would my customer like today? You know, would you like a dose of Veda? That's how it's properly pronounced. It's not Veda. It's Raga. The tongue should touch the roof of the mouth. Veda. We have Veda, we have Yoga Sutra. I don't want to do Yoga Sutra again. We have Garuda Purana for funeral occasions or putting departed spirits in their proper hell or heaven places. You know, Bhagavad Gita, which is well known across the 3 worlds. And I'll settle with Ramayana, please. Stop advertising ancient Sanskrit. Damn it. Know your manners. Ha, Satan. You mean right now? Okay, so I'm gonna prepare myself for the next. You guys get to see what I do. So I have that. Mukhya Upanishad, ancient. I'll just type in the next book. Daitiriya. And it shows up actually. And I open this up. and it gives me the Devanagari, which I'm really thankful for because I could use that here. For tomorrow when I read it, I actually just changed it, and then the IAST equivalent. And just in case, because sometimes the whole thing resets itself to page 0, 216. And I'll read you the Devanagari. Daitutiriyo Upanishad, Daitutiriyo Upanishad. Sounds good. Okay. So that's tomorrow. Now I'm going to take a proper break. And I want to read Mahabharata. I just remembered the third chapter of Adi Bible. And those who know Mahabharata they know what I'm talking about. It's like 200 shlokas long, and these are like not the regular shlokas. They're like acrobatic shlokas. Yeah, and it's really intimidating. You got to take like 3 hours to read the whole chapter. I'm not gonna do that today. So that's out. I could read another chapter of Ramayana. That's a really good book. I'll do that. I'm not starting up Yoga Sutras again. I've read the Yoga Sutras cover to cover at least 13 times by now. So Yoga Sutra, they're out. I'm also Bhagavad Gita, out. I read it more than 18 times cover to cover in Sanskrit and in English too. So those two are out. Ramayana. Let's do Ramayana. Yeah. Before I do that, let's read today's headlines and see if the world's doing okay still. Top stories. Trump orders pause to all federal grants and loans. DeepSeek's breakthrough pressures Trump to act on AI. Exclusive rights groups preparing to file lawsuit against Trump's transgender troops order, source says. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem joins immigration enforcement operations in NYC. Trump fires U.S. Labor Board member, hobbling agency amid legal battles. Ooh. Sleepwalking into nuclear disaster. The doomsday clock ticks forward. Public schools try to protect undocumented students from Trump immigration raids. A lot of things are happening. Okay, so I read like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I read 2 more stories and that's it. Deportation flights from the U.S. to Colombia resume following showdown that almost led to a trade war. Over 100 juveniles attend massive boozy house party at school principal's home. Cops. Okay, that's it, folks. Oh yeah, so that's me taking a break. I'm gonna just read Ramayana. I'm almost running out of things to do. That's good. There's another book called the Buddha Charita. I don't wanna, because I think some prophet is reading that somewhere in India. Is reciting all the Sanskrit. Maybe that's not my calling. It's intimidating. It's really hard. The Sanskrit for Buddha Charita is really, really difficult. You combine 6 words together into one and call that a word. Instead of 40 syllables, you got 120 syllables. I'm exaggerating, but 40 syllable words. 40 syllable words do exist, yeah. But more longer than that too. Where's Ramayana? Ramayana. Ramayana. Can I just say something? Who am I talking to? Can I just say something? What did Satan do all day? He was raising his hand. The whole stream, he was raising his hand. What was he doing? He wanted somebody to pick him so he could speak up on his own channel. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of. I have a physical copy of Ramayana as well. I have both the Sanskrit with Hindi translation and also Sanskrit with English translation. I don't read Hindi. I don't understand. I don't even understand Sanskrit. How can I understand Hindi? I just know how to recite Aryan Sanskrit, which is a weapon. I just know, verbal weapon, non-violent verbal weapon. I don't know anything else besides that. I guess that's Satan for you. It's not, and claim to be an angel, knowledgeable person. I just, my Sanskrit is a weapon. It's weaponized, weaponized Sanskrit. Satan uses weaponized Sanskrit. What does that mean? He uses his mouth. Stop trying to accuse him of violence. But it's Satan. And makes a lot of difference. Chatur Bisham? I'm not sure. Which word? What direction? Yeah, I cannot find the translation for this. It's another problem I have here. Just problems after problems. What keeps me going? None of your business. I'm trying to find my translation. I mean, otherwise, I'll just read the Sanskrit and call it a day. Oh, wow. I can't use these. Yeah, you got like the top 10 Sanskrit speaker, talking to you right now. I'm on YouTube right now. I'm talking to my camera. So whoever is on the opposite side of my camera, I'm talking. I guess that's who I'm talking to. But that voice you're hearing is one of the top 10 Sanskrit speakers, reciter of the world. And do I get any help? No. Nothing. I mean, I do get help, but yeah, I would be lying So I would be lying if I said that I'm not getting any help. Think about that for a second, because I cannot say anything more than that. But I would be lying if I said I am not getting any help from anybody, because that's what I wanted to say. And then I realized, holy crap, like I'll be lying. You see what I'm saying here? Satan. Still liar. I can't find the translation for Ramayana. Nobody cares about Ramayana. Oh, I found it. With Sanskrit and English. Part 1. I'm saved. The story of my life. Sometimes when I'm really hopeless, something good happens. Like 2 weeks later, when I forget about it, when I'm already pulverized to the point of death, that's when good things start happening. Hey, we really enjoyed your suffering. Now it's, get up. we're almost starting to feel sorry for you, and almost is a very difficult word for us to use. Almost. We almost feel sorry for you. We had to help. You were pulverized to death 2 weeks prior, and now you've gone to the other side of life. Yes, I found it. Pa. I'm just situating myself so I don't have to work too hard. I'm trying to find my page. That's what I'm doing here. I can't find it. Crumble. Balak. Okay, found it. Canto 1. I think I'm doing Canto 3 today. Canto. 39 shlokas. This is like, as old as, not as old as Raga Veda, but it's like the next thing to Raga Veda as far as how old this thing goes back. So this thing also skips a page. It's really scary. That's not cool. Please. Okay, didn't skip a page. I'm sorry. False alarm. I just got scared. So I'm so used to like imperfect digitized pages. Because nobody cares. Like I said, nobody cares about any of this. I mean, they do, but it makes me mad to a point that I have to lie to, public that nobody's helping. Nobody. It's like, yeah, we're helping. No, not having enough. Enough is a keyword. Enough. Yes, we are doing enough. That's all you get. If you get any more, imagine that. Like they say, just pretend that you're a financially greedy person. So people who are in charge of you, if you have such a thing, they realize that they can't make you a millionaire, so they have to make you into like somebody who makes just enough 6 figures, you know, just to have enough, but not too much, because the greed will, not just harm him, but people that surrounding him, people who love him, and people whom he loves. So would that be like people taking care of you? Why am I bringing that up? I don't know. You figure that out. 3:15. 짜툴빔샤후 살가후. So I'm up to chapter 4. So now I could show this. Sorry about that. Oh, chapter 4, 77. Okay. Not this 77. This is chapter 1, as far as I could tell. That's chapter 3. Okay, chapter 4. Yeah, okay, found it. 84. So it's not 16, it's 84. Let me fix that here. 77 on the Sanskrit page, 84 on the English translation. If you know what I'm talking about. But this says Chatur Vimsha. Vimsha means what? 20? 24? Hold on. 77. Okay, I was at the wrong page. Chatulta, that means 4. Chatur means 4. Here we go. After a long delay. This is the last thing I'm gonna do. Let me just double check how many shlokas are there. 36, not too bad. It will take me about 20 minutes to do the entire thing. Here we go. Namaste. We shouldn't have to do it all over again. I just went full screen, that's what I'm sorry. Okay, that's cool. Namaste. Chatultahu Saigahu. Brahmata Rajasya Ramasya Paramikil Bhagavanuru Shvihu. Paramikil Bhagavanuru Shvihu. Jakara Charitam Kurutasanam Vichitra Padamaltavat. Chaturvimshat Sahasranui Shlokana Mukutavanuru Shvihu. Shlokana Mukutavanuru Shvihu. Tata Sagashatana Pancha Shatakanandani Tatutaramu Kurutavan Tu Tanamaha Prajinyaha Sapabishuyam Sahotutaramu Jinantayamasa Gonumbetatu. I think this is supposed to be one word. I say both versions just to be safe. Umbetatu Varayunji Yaditi Prapuhu Nasya Jinantayama Nasya Maheshwar Pavitat Manahu Agurhunuitam Tatahu Padao Munibesho Kushilavao. Kushilavao tu Taimajinhão Rajaputrão Yashasavinão Pratarão Savara Samampatan Savara Samampananão Tadashan Shirama Basinão Santo Metavinão Durashatavan Pedeshu Barindish Tweetao Pedo Paburum Hanol Taya Tavagra Hayata Prapuhu Gavyam Ramayanam Kurutusanam Sitaya Shecharitam Mahat Bhavla Satyavatati Mityevam Bhavla Satyavata Mityevam Chakara Charita Vratahu Bhathuye Keye Cha Maturam Brahmanoisitri Piranan Vitam Jati Pihu Sabuddha Piriukudam Danantri Laya Samanam Vitam Rasaiha Shiramgara Karuno Hayahasya Shiramgara Karuno Shiramgara Karak Shiramgara Karuna Hayasya Shiramgara Karuna Hasya Raudra Payanakaihu Viradipi Rasamiyukatam Rasairiyukatam Gavyametada Gayatam. Down to Ganan Taibata Tabaja, Ganan Taibata Tabajinyao, Sitana Mulch Chana Covidel, Sitana Mulch Chana Covidel, Mulch Sitana Mulch Chana Covidel, Pratanao, Savara Samanpananel, Ganan Taiba Biba, Rupino. Rupalakushana Samanpananel, Maturasu para Pashuinum, Maturasu para Pashuinum, Bimambadi Buddha Titao, Bimambao, Rama de Hat, Tata Parao, Tao, Raja Putrao, Galtu Suniena, Taimia Ma Kya Namutatamam. Taimiyama kya namutata. Taimiyama kya namutata mama. Bacho vitayam tatasaivam kuratava. Kavya maninan ditao. Rushwinam cha divijantinam satunam cha samagame. Yatopadesham tatatavajinyao kata jagatuha. So susamahitao. Mahatmanao mahapagao sabalakushwitao. Tao kadachit sametana murishwinam pavitatmanam. Matye sapham samipasatavidam gavyamagayatam. That's the truth divine. Munayahu salve Bashibapariya Kulekushanoh. Satuviti Davuchuha Daram Param. Sorry. Bismaya Magatah. De Purita Manasah Salve Munayo Talmabatu Salah. Parashasham Suha Parashasataviao Gayamanao Kushi level Aho Kitasya Maturiam Shlokanam Ja Visheshotah. Jirane Burotatamapyatat Pratyakushamiva Daishitam Pravishya Tavupao Shishitwa Tata Pavamagayatam Sahitao Maturam Rakutam Samampananam Sivara Samampadon Evam Brashasya Manel Del Tapahu. I'll say it again. Oh, I'm getting tired now. Okay, hold on. Halfway done. Okay. Evam Prashasyamanel Del Tapahu Shila Kiai Mahal Shui Pihu Shila Kiai Mahal Shui Pihu. Oh man. Samrakutatara Matyaltam Maturam Davagayatam. Puritah Gashachinam Munisita Pyam Samsititah Kalasham Dadao Prasanano Paralaka Parakalam Gashachidu Dadao Da Pyam Mahayashah Anyah Kurushano Jinamadad Najinya Sutram Tata Parah Gashachit Kamanundalum Pradana Mauji Manio Pradana Mauji Manio Mahamuniha Purusi maniasitadan pradant kaupi namapayo kaupi namaparo muniha pyam dadao tadan harashitaha kuthasat maparo muniha kashwa yamat paro pasatram chiramanyo dadao muniha Jatabanantamaniasatu Jatabanantamaniasatu Kashita Rajujum Buddhanam Vitaha Yajinya Pananda Murushuiha Kashita Param Tata Paraha Audumbarim Purusi Maniaha Sivasati Kachit Tadavadana Ayushoyama Pare Brahul Mudan Tatara Mahashoyaha Taduchaivam Parana Saive Munayaha Satyavadinaha Ashicharya Midama Kyanam Muninam Samamprakiltitam Param Kavinamataram Samapatam Cha Yathakramam Apikitamidam Gitam Sarvagitishu Govidam Ayushoyam Pushatui Jananam Sarvashruti Manoharam Saivashruti Manoharam Parashasyamanel Saivatara Kadachita Tatara Gayakel Ratyasu Rajamalgeshu Tadaisha Paratagraja Savaveshima Janiya Tato Pratarao Sa Kushilavao Pujayama Sa Pujayhao Ramahu Shaturunibai Hanohu Shaturunibai Hanohu Hano Shaturunibai Baiha Shaturunibai Hanohu Asinaha Kanchane Divye Simhasane Prabhuha Upapa Vishitoiha Upapa Vishitoi. Sorry, getting tired. Whoa. Upapa Vishitoiha Sachivai Tara Pishicha Samanam Vitaha Turashatavai to Rupa Samanpananel Vinitel Pratarabupel Uvacha Lakushamanam Sam Ramaha Shaturukunam Paratam Tatoa Shruyata Metada Kyanamana Yoldeva Vatvalcha Soha 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 Shruyata Metada Kyanamana Yoldeva Vatvalcha Soha. 5 more shlokas to go after this. 2 more minutes, 2 to 3 more minutes. I'm getting tired. How many? 1 hour 30 minutes. Yeah, the timing is good. Shruyata metada kya namaya namana yoldeva vatchal devava balcha soha yoldeva balcha soha Shruyata metada kya namanai. Shruyata metada kya namanayol deva balchasoha. Shruyata metada kya namanayol deva balchasoha. Vichitral tapadam samyagaga yakao samachodayat. Wow, it's a long explanation for that. I just want to see how long this thing is. 36. Okay, so 4 more shlokas. Not bad. 2 minutes. Down, Jampi, Maturam, Rakatam, Savachitata, Yata, Niha, Sivanam, Savachitata, Nat, Savachitata, Yata, Niha, Sivanam. Tananturi, Layavadat, Yaltam, Bishuruta, Tamaga, Yatam. Huladayat, Salvagatranui, Manamsi, Hurudayani, Cha. Shrotra Shraya Sukham Gayam Dad Bapel Jana Samsadi. Kushi Lavel Jaiva Mahatapasavinao Mama Pitad Putikaram Prachakushate Mahanuphavam Charitam Nibotata. Tatasutu Del Rama Bachah Prachodita Bhagayatam. Margavitana Samampada Jampi Ramah Parishodukataha Chanel Bupushoya Sakatamana Papuva Chanel Bupushoya Sakatamana Papuva. That's it? Yay, got through. Ityashwe Shrimad Ramayanwe Paramikiye Adikavye Malakanandwe Jatultaha Salgaha. Namaste. Just gonna make a note for myself. Page 80. I'm not changing the title yet, but the page means nothing to none of you, so it's only for keeping track for me. Okay, so the translation. Canto 4. My Alexa keeps changing its volume every now and then. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. It does it by itself. If you're working through Amazon, please stop it. Or if you don't work for Amazon and are working for some government or shadow government entity and, using Amazon for something else, and stop it. The glorious sage Valmiki composed a poem consisting of marvelous expressions and full of excellent topics, depicting the whole life story of Sri Rama, who had regained his kingdom. The sage uttered 24,000 verses and made 6 Ganandras, consisting of 500 cantos, and an Uttara Ganandra. Having duly completed it along with the Uttara Ganandra, dealing with the future events, the highly intelligent Valmiki contemplated as to what man endowed with a powerful memory could possibly recite it. While that great seer of purified mind was pondering, Kushan Lava presently appeared in the garb of hermits and caught hold of his feet. Valmiki cast a glance at Kushan Lava, the 2 co-uterine princes who had been living in his own hermitage who knew their duty and had actually acquired fame and were gifted with a musical voice. Seeing the two boys endowed with exceptional talent and well versed in the Vedas, the glorious sage who had observed the sacred vows taught them, with the object of enlightening them on the meaning of the Vedas, the whole of the great poem of the Ramayana, consisting of the story of Sita and entitled Aulasya Vada. The two boys chanted this poem, which was delightful to read, and chant could be adapted to the three measures of time, could be sung to the lute with proper rhythm and in the 7 notes of the gamut, and was characterized by the sentiments of love, pathos, mirth, wrath, terror, and heroism, etc. The two brothers were really masters of music, possessed knowledge of the source of the modulations of the voice, and also knew how to play upon the lute, etc., had a sweet voice like the Ganantaivas, celestial musicians. I'm not going to read the Sanskrit when I'm reading English. Celestial musicians, and were handsome too, like them. Endowed with physical charm and auspicious marks on their body, they spoke in a sweet strain, and like two images made from the original, they looked like two other Ramas sprung from the loins of Sri Rama. Having committed to memory the whole of that exquisite and historical poem, which was entirely devoted to virtue, the two irreproachable princes, who knew the real purport of the Vedas and other scriptures, chanted it as they had been instructed, with their mind fully concentrated in a concourse of seers, members of the twice-born classes, and pious men. On a certain day, the two boys, who were exceptionally talented, highly blessed, and equipped with all good qualities, chanted the poem in open assembly, standing by the side of the assembled seers of purified mind. Seized with great wonder to hear it, the sages universally applauded them, saying, "Well done, excellent." Their eyes bedimmed with tears. Delighted in mind, the sages, who were all virtue-loving, extolled both the singers, Kusha and Lava, who deserved all praise. Wonderful is the melody of music, and particularly of the verses. Though the events took place long ago, the picture has been vividly placed before the eye, as though it belonged to the present. Having entered into the spirit of the poem, the two princes chanted it, with one voice exquisitely in a sweet loving tone, and with all the richness of music. Being applauded thus by eminent seers deserving of praise for their asceticism, the two boys sang all the more sweetly and with deeper emotion. Pleased with them and getting up, a certain sage presented to them a pitcher. Full of delight, a certain sage, who had earned great fame, gave them the bark of a tree. Another gave them the skin of a black deer, and still another a sacred thread. A certain sage gave them a kamandalu, while another great sage gave them a girdle of munja grass. Yet another gave them on the said occasion a kusha mat, while still another gave them a strip of cloth for covering the privities with. Full of joy, another hermit gave them on that occasion a hatchet, another a piece of brown red cloth, while still another hermit gave them a scarf. Full of joy, yet another gave them a string for binding one's matted hair, and a cord for tying together a bundle of pieces of wood. A certain seer gave them a sacrificial vessel, while another gave them a faggot. Yet another gave them a wooden seat made out of an udumbara tree, while some invoked blessings on that occasion. Full of joy, other great seers there blessed them with long life. In this way the sages, who all spoke the truth, bestowed boons, and said, "Wonderful is this narrative, exquisitely told at length by the sage." It will serve as the chief support for poets, and has been concluded with due regard to the sequence of events. This song has been beautifully sung by you, O princess, well versed in all style of singing. It is conducive to long life, begets prosperity, and ravishes the ears and mind of all. One day Sri Rama beheld the two singers roaming about in the lanes and streets of Ayodhya, and being applauded everywhere.
bringing the two brothers Kusha and Laba to his own palace and offering them an exalted seat. The aforesaid Rama, the destroyer of his foes, then entertained them, deserving of honor as they were, seated on his celestial throne of gold and surrounded by his ministers as well as by his brothers seated beside him. And casting a look at the two brothers, who were not only endowed with a charming appearance but modest too, the aforesaid King Rama addressed the Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrukna. Let this narrative, couched in wonderful expressions and dealing with diverse topics, be carefully heard from the lips of these two boys possessing the splendor of gods. He urged the two singers. They too chanted the poem, whose theme was too well known, in a melodious and lovable tone, sweet as the sound of a lute, raised to a pitch conformable to one's will, and agreeable to the mind of the listeners. That song, which sent the thrill through all the limbs and gladdened the mind as well as the heart, and was delightful to the ear, made its mark in any gathering of men. These two singers, observed Shri Rama, are endowed with the auspicious marks characteristic of rulers of the globe, though they are hermits and great ascetics. Listen to the story, which is of great consequence, and the wise declare it as conducive even to my own well-being. Urged by the words of Shri Rama, of course, the two boys then commenced the recitation in full accord with the Marga style of singing. To celebrate Rama, too, who had joined the assembly, gradually allowed his mind to be absorbed with intent to experience the joy welling from it. Thus ends Canto 4 in the Balaganandua of the glorious Ramayana of Valmiki, the work of Roshi and the oldest epic. Tired. Oof, that was good reading, I guess. Oh, thank you very much. That's all. Now I'm gonna maybe take a nap. Trying to figure it out how I should be how much time I should be sleeping. I slept 3 hours last night. I thought that was enough, but it's not. I'm still human. So I'm gonna take a nap and see what happens. So and then I'll chant. I have to yeah, today's yoga. Tomorrow's the new moon day, so there's no yoga tomorrow. So I should do yoga and chanting. I wanted to do ASMR, I got lazy. Did I get lazy? No, I got sidetracked. I didn't get lazy, I got sidetracked. Thank you very much. Namaste. Ramayana is really purifying. It's very therapeutic. The effect is still taking right now. It's really cool. Oh yeah, I should write this. That's what I forgot. 88. Namaste. Have a good day.